Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursday Night Live, where I answer your political and current event questions. Welcome anyone that's new. I name check at the end, so I just want to welcome everybody. If you want to stick around and I'll give you a personal thank you and goodbye, you can you can do that. But we usually just get the ball rolling and get it started here right away. And a lot happened this week. I do want to, before we do the first question, I do want to open with something that happened. And when I learn something, I like to just let you know because I'm learning all the time, just like everybody else. Last week, after Trump was on CPAC, I lost my mind. I think seeing him over and over and over again in my face, and I lost it. Adam was there, and I moved into that very familiar old energy, that old Trump fear, I say hatred, anger energy. I seriously could have been arrested for some of the stuff I was saying. I was so pissed. Hi, Debbie. Deb at the beach. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And I definitely moved into that energy. It just seeing his face and hearing his voice and everything, it just all came back. So anyway, I was into that energy for a while and I kind of moved out of it. We watched a movie or whatever we did. And then I had a dream that night. And in the dream, it was definitely from my guides, because when my guides drop something in a dream or when I have a visitation dream, I don't have a lot of psychic dreams, but I do have a lot of visitation dreams and a lot of message dreams. And when it is a message dream, it drops in almost like we interrupt this dream to give this important message. It's very different than the rest of the dream. And it was done like a Lincoln Project ad. And it said, he's back. And it showed Trump's face. Bleh. And it said, what happens if Trump gets back in? And it showed just all hell breaking loose. It was like fires and riots and just chaos. And then everything stopped and the screen just said, don't give it a second thought. And then I saw Joe Biden's smiling face. And so I took a couple of things from that. First of all, if he gets the nomination, which I haven't ever seen that, but if he does, he won't win. But also that the first thing that puts you into fear and anger like that is your thoughts. And so don't think that way. We're letting me know, don't even think about that. Don't put him in your thoughts. Don't let him take up room in your brain. Just let him be his crazy self and be the dumbass that he is. And I think they used that word, dumbass. I think they did. No, they didn't. But that was the dream. And so I think that I just wanted to share that because I took that to heart. I'm not going to give it a second thought. He's going to win. Yeah, no fear here. You're right, Sharon. And if you move into those energies, it's okay. That's your human side and you can react to stuff. Just don't stay there. And we've talked about that before. And I definitely went there and then I went back out. And so when you go there, it's okay. You're just releasing pent up whatever. Release it. Give it to the universe. Give it to source. Whatever you want to, they can handle it. And then we can just get back to doing what we have to do. So, okay. And then tomorrow I'm on with John of New, a live thing we're doing about love and fear. So if you guys want to go to that, 5 p.m. on John of New. And I put that on the community page. All right. I think we're ready to go. I wanted to share that first. So anyways, crazy dreams. I know, I wish that too, Rhonda. Just go away. Leave us alone. Okay. Is Fox News effed? Are they effed in the A? Should we say that? Are they effed? Okay. in the ABCD. Okay. Oh, this is bad, you guys. This is really bad. So I'm getting lost revenue. I feel like it's sponsors, changes in the board. I feel like people getting dropped, like hosts getting dropped. And I'm also seeing more lawsuits. There's something else. I feel like there's something that is happening with like who looks after the airways? Is it the FCC? It's something like that getting involved, some kind of organization getting, some kind of government like overseer getting involved in like, I don't know if it's fines or some kind of punishment. So yeah, they are. They really are. And you know what? Just so you know, this takedown of Fox, for a long time, a lot of readers have seen this, including myself. And I just kept getting lawsuits coming, and this guy's going to be in trouble, and this guy's going to be in trouble. And it turns out it's the network. It's the whole network. But it just seemed like a big mess. And people getting fired and stuff like that. So thank you, Kelly, the FCC. So a lot of people saw this coming. And I think that, you know, they've been doing this since the 90s, right? Really heavily since the 90s, since Clinton. Since they lost their minds over Clinton, then it really got bad over Obama. So this probably won't be solved overnight, but it's going to be pretty darn quick. Like I said, you know, we're in this unearthing phase, right? Everything's coming out, all the old stuff, all the new stuff, all the stuff in between. And then it's going to be our decision to face it and to fix it, right? That's the way this is going to go. And this is just like the first phase, the unearthing, and we're kind of rolling into the next phase, but we're still having all this stuff come up. So at least that's my understanding from my vantage point. So yes, they are effed. Right. And those are all the things I was seeing. Yeah.
Right. Sorry to interrupt. So
yes, no, that's okay.
I hadn't even thought about the FCC, but looking it up, NBC 2 hours ago just published a piece that said the FCC could choose to act against Rupert Murdoch on Fox News.
No,
but most people don't expect it to. So it will be.
Okay, well,
if they do.
I've never seen that before either, but I just saw it just now. So breaking news here. Forget about the network news. Who cares about them? Yeah. So I saw something. So I think they may have to get involved. There may be such an outcry or whatever unfolds with this. That's what I see. So. And we'll see, you know, energies change and things happen, but that's what I'm seeing right now. So yes, they are effed in the ABCD, EFG. Is Tucker Carlson, perfectly named to rhyme with, Tucker Carlson, embarrassed or scared? It's come out that he said, I hate Trump passionately. Oh my goodness, Adam, and the question mark goes on the inside of the quotation. How embarrassing, someone who is a writer doing that. Okay, so passionately, is he embarrassed? Are these people incapable of embarrassment? That's what I want to know, because I don't think they are. But let me see. He's already called him. He's already talked to him. Of course he has. Of course he has. So I feel like he's already trying to cover himself with Trump behind the scenes or off camera. And then he'll just deny it, of course, to his audience. But he knows we know. He knows we know. And he knows that normal people that think normally and aren't obsessed with Fox and aren't obsessed with Newsmax and all that stuff, that they know too. And yeah, so there you go. Look at that schmoggy dog behind me. Hi, Luca. Hi, Luca. So is he embarrassed? No, but he was concerned enough to call Trump. That's what I got. Yes, Luca alert, puppy alert. Has the highly edited footage of the Capitol insurrection given Tucker Carlson, given to Tucker Carlson changed anything? Interesting. I'm getting that it didn't really, but it wasn't really meant. It was more to distract than to actually change anyone's mind. I guess that makes sense because they're already, I mean, they're preaching to a choir, right? That just believes whatever they've told them. They were distracting from, oh, okay. So they're showing like emails, texts, things like that. So it must have been around either on the same day or around the same day that the texts and stuff were released. I've got it was a distraction. It wasn't meant to necessarily like change anything. It was meant to distract. Yeah. They're the worst. They're the worst. They're the worst. So, okay.
I'm just going to add that the people in the chat are pointing out that my question was actually grammatically correct with the question mark outside. We'll talk about it later, Kim.
No, it's not correct.
The question is not coming within the
Oh, I see. I got it. Got it.
All right.
Got it. I got it.
Got to defend myself.
I know. Of course you do. This couldn't wait till afterwards. Okay. We learned more about Marlene Bourne, who was telling Sidney Powell she is a ghost, talks to the wind, had been shot by the FBI, and that Scalise was killed in a human hunting expedition. That all seems very normal to me. So, Marlene Bourne. Okay. What's with her? It's weird because I'm getting her as kind of a like almost like an academic in a way, which is so weird that she'd be so odd with all this stuff. And she seems kind of like an almost like an academic brain or like a numeric brain or something like that. Very, that's really weird. Let me just see. Paranoia. She has lots of paranoia things. I think there's some mental, I mean, obviously there's something going on with her, but I do feel like there's some kind of mental illness, but I'm getting paranoia. So it's something with paranoia involved. I feel like there's a possibility, but I feel like they're trying to keep her under wraps or advising her, don't talk to anybody. I feel like they're trying to keep her away from the public because she's really weird. I think she'll come off as weird, because she says things like it's just a matter of fact, and it will make her seem it kind of like very similar to Ginny Thomas. That same kind of like smart but off. Something's going on there. So yeah. So that's what I'm getting.
Sorry again. So some people are saying they haven't heard of who is Marlene Bourne. So we've only just discovered her, or even her existence, because basically when Sidney Powell was telling Maria Bartiromo and Lou Dobbs that the election had been stolen, she's like, I've got all this evidence. Well, all her evidence apparently comes from like a 7-page letter from this Marlene Bourne, who said, I'm told I'm a ghost. I talk to the wind. I'm getting all this information kind of from the universe. And that this was the single source of information that Sidney Powell was getting. So, there was no other evidence. And this has all come out because of the Dominion case. So that's what it's all about.
Okay. Thanks, Adam. Yeah. She is the source for the Sidney Powell. So they're both just crazy people. So okay, you guys are so funny. Will Ukraine get Crimea back? Okay. So I'm getting not in total, but I feel like there's going to be some kind of agreement. It almost feels like it's weird because it almost feels like it's like neutral territory, or it doesn't feel independent, but it feels like it's kind of like it's unclaimed or something. But I feel like it's not really Russia's, but it's not really Ukraine's. It kind of feels like there's an agreement about it. And to me, it feels like this feels like a ways away. It doesn't feel like Putin's involved at all. It feels like it's somebody completely different. But I feel like it's like a gesture of like goodwill or a gesture of something, but it feels like an agreement or it's some kind of thing that, because I almost feel like it's kind of a blending of the two of Russia and Ukraine, and it's kind of like its own neutral space or something. I don't even know if that's possible, but that's what it's coming across as. Yeah, so I don't know. That's what I'm getting. So I don't know if that's exactly right, but that's what I'm getting, is it's kind of its own thing. So it's kind of like they do, but it's not in total. That's how it's coming across. So I don't know. Will Kamala run as a VP again? And let's look at her. I'm going to kind of just check in on her because people have been asking about her lately. It's funny. I feel like she kind of goes back and forth, kind of liking the job and not liking it. And I think sometimes it's like, ooh, I'm glad I'm not president right now. And then other times it's like, oh, I wish I could be president right now because I would do this or I would do that. I feel like there's certain things she would do that Joe Biden won't do. And so that, I think that's frustrating for her, but to me, it feels like it's a back and forth. I do actually feel like she'll run again. She'll run with him again. Because I don't feel like she hates her position or she doesn't like it or I don't feel like that. I feel like it kind of goes back and forth. Like she's kind of like, I really like this. And then sometimes I don't like this. I also feel like her husband likes this role for her. I feel like, I almost feel like it almost feels like this is a good way to figure out if you want to be president, because we'll understand all that it entails and we'll kind of get to see it all and understand it all from the outside. And then you can decide, because I almost feel like he's like, are you sure you would really want to do this job? Are you sure that you really want to, put us through this and, whatever? That's what it feels like. So I kind of feel like her husband actually likes this role and thinks it's good for her and it's good for them to see this from the outside before she actually tries to be president or run for president. So I feel like he encourages her to like, this is good kind of thing. So I'm saying right now, yeah. I mean, that can always change, but I feel like, yeah, she's going to do it. Luca, stop. This is not the Luca show. Stop. He can see out the window a little bit, and now he's just barking. He does his tiny bark. Okay. Is Kamala being hidden? She has had quite a low profile in the administration. No, I actually, what I feel is that she's not covered very much. The media doesn't cover her very much. And I'm not sure why. I just don't feel like she gets a lot of attention because I feel like she's always doing stuff and always busy and always going here and going there. And task force, she's on a bunch of, I feel like she has a bunch of like task force things that are like her things that she's very busy with. But I feel like the media doesn't cover it. It's just not, it's kind of unglamorous stuff. And it's not in the news right now. I feel like some of it's about COVID, and I feel like some of it's about, I want to say like education or something, but I feel like she's involved in charge of certain things, and they're not very like the type of things that media is that thrilled about covering. So does that make sense? So I feel like she's just not very covered very much, but she is busy and she is doing a lot. It's just not the stuff they cover. If that makes sense. Hey, Luke, are you sad? It's okay. Oh, sorry. Do the Dems want Kamala to run again, or is there somebody else being talked about? Interesting. The Dems want her. I actually feel like they're okay with her. I feel like they feel like she does represent, the Democratic Party well. What I'm feeling is that like her multicultural background and her being younger, and also being involved, having been involved in the police-ish kind of stuff. Prosecutor, was she a prosecutor or something like that? But anyway, I feel like they feel like she represents what they want to put forward, almost more than Joe Biden in a way, in some ways, because, he's an old white guy. So I feel like they're like, she's more, to me, she almost more fits what they want to become as a party, kind of all inclusive and championing women and that kind of thing. So I almost feel like, yes, they want her to be there to kind of be that, what they hope the future will look like kind of thing, if that makes sense. So actually the last three, I'm actually kind of surprised at the answers I'm getting, because I would have, I don't know. You get mixed feelings, when you hear Democrats talk, or you see people on, social media and stuff about Kamala. So you kind of think, but everything is really positive, actually, that I'm getting. So, yeah. There are women talking about their awful experiences with abortion services in Texas and are suing. Will they be successful? I'm getting higher court, so I feel like it's just going to keep moving to higher court, or it's going to move to a higher court. This is going to get very heated. I just heard landmark, so maybe this may be some kind of landmark case, but it feels like they might be successful. So I'm feeling like it's going to go for right now. I'll just say I feel like it's going to a higher court. I feel like it feels like it's has a very good chance of succeeding, or they have a good chance of succeeding. And there's something about a landmark case. So it could change some things. So we'll see. Be very, very interesting to see. Where are you? Oh, poor Luca. He's sad. Okay. V. Perez asked, can you check again when DeSantis is due for his downfall? Oh, question mark. Okay. Okay, got it. All right. I'll never live it down. Okay. Interesting. I feel like he might backpedal on some of the stuff he's doing right now. I'm not sure which things. Let me look and see. Hang on. Yeah, I just got chills with that. So I think he's gonna start kind of backpedaling or pulling back on some of the things he's done in Florida. Something's coming out about him. There's something coming out about him. I'm wondering if they do some kind of when people are running, you're running against someone and they do like research about you or something. I can't remember what it's called, Oppo research, or what is it called? But anyway, when they, it's like the dossier they did on Trump. It's something like that, because I feel like it comes from the other side. Corruption. There's something with corruption. It almost feels like a bribe, but I'm not sure if it's quite that. To me, it just seems like like illegal money or illegal moving money or something, passing money off. I'm not sure. This is for entertainment purposes only, by the way. It almost feels like kind of bribey or something, or mobby or something. It feels kind of weird. Yeah, there's something coming out. It may be, maybe Trump will find it. Maybe Trump will, like, if he gets into the race or is about to or something. You know how they love to take each other down, so maybe it will be him that finds it. I'm getting chills with that. What is with that? So yeah, I think he may have done something with money that feels mobby. It feels bribery-ish, and it feels like it was not legal. Whatever he did was illegal, and it's coming out. So that's what I got. When, I don't know. I do, but I do feel it like it will happen before the election, or before, because it feels like it's kind of around him getting in and that kind of thing. So I think it will be, sooner rather than later, I guess. Before 2024, I guess. Georgia Republicans made a move to control so-called rogue prosecutors. Will they use this new power to shut down Fani Willis? Will it have Trump? Will it save Trumpty Dumpty? Yeah, let's look at this. I was very upset about that. Even Adam was upset about that. He didn't like it. Hi, Luca. Fani Willis. This feels like a war. It feels like it's really like going to be interesting to see, because I feel like she's not going to back down. Yeah. I feel, you know what I'm feeling? Like some of the people who did this are on her list, like of people that either, I don't know if they're witnesses or if they're going to be indicted or something. So, and I feel like she goes forward with it. I feel like also she's working at lightning speed right now. I feel like she's picked up the pace on everything. I feel like she's trying to get everything done quickly. Not that she wasn't before, but I feel like something has, like, it's moving faster now. She's trying to move everything really quickly now. Pick up speed. But this feels like it's going to be quite a war. It's going to be quite a war. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I got. So will it say, I think it's too soon to see if it will save him, because I feel like she's going to fight it. And I feel like if some of the people that she's going to be indicting, or their witnesses or whatever, for them to come in and say, well, to fire her, it would look so bad. It would clearly look like an overreach, and it feels like some of them are involved in some way, or they have part in it or something. So I feel like they did it not just to save him, but it's to save themselves or some of them. So yeah, really interesting. But I feel like, okay, so Jody says, no, it will not save him. I hope that. I hope it will not save him. I do feel like she's going to put up a fight. She's a fighter. She's not going to back down from them. So it does feel like it's going to be quite something to see this play out, because it feels like a real fight. Yeah, interesting. Oh, Janet, that's interesting. She thinks some of them were the fake electors. Oh, interesting. Okay, because I'm getting that it's kind of like to save themselves too, and that if they fire her after they are indicted, it would look like I think people would lose their freaking minds. So I don't know, these people are just unbelievable. Okay, sorry, Adam, go ahead. How is Pete Buttigieg handling the heat of all the accusations and harsh talk about his handling of the train derailment in Ohio? Okay. So I feel like he's fine, actually. And I feel like he's actually doing, I mean, he is actually doing a really good job at doing a good job. I feel like, because I feel like people are happy with him. Like people in the administration are like happy with the things that he's done, and he's made some really good changes. And I feel like he's, so it's interesting because I feel like there's something about, feel like some of the things that he wants to, I'll just put it this way. I feel like he's anxious to do some new things with the money that's going to be coming in for infrastructure. I feel like he has a bunch of plans. And so I feel like he's trying to just kind of keep his eye on the prize, is what it feels like, not to get bogged down in like all of this stuff. I almost feel like he's like handing it off to somebody or to some other entity or something, and he's keeping his eye on the prize of like, this is part of what I want to fix, because I feel like it does have something to do with the rail systems, and it has to do with like bridges and a lot of things. Like he really has a vision for what he wants for for different infrastructure things, and so with transportation. And so he's trying to like look forward. That's what it feels like, trying not to get bogged down in this stuff, knowing it will get sorted and it will pass, and kind of just trying to keep his eye on the prize of the big picture, That's what I'm getting. So he's handling it okay. I feel like he's handling it okay, and I feel like he does have support. So the right hates him because he's well-spoken, and he's gay, and he's we like him, so of course they hate him. So that's just the way they are. Who cares? They're gonna hate everybody. I mean, they're gonna hate anybody on the left, anybody who's different, and we know them. What a drag Tennessee is. Will the new legislation make multiple drag convictions a felony? Will the new legislation making multiple drag wearing convictions a felony survive legal tests? understand the question, Adam. What is this about? Can you just tell me real quick what this is about?
So the law passed in Tennessee making drag, and I guess if you're convicted multiple times of wearing drag in Tennessee, it can become a felony with 6 years in prison.
So
and the question is, will it survive legal tests?
Okay. It's one of those things where it feels like it could for a little while and then it doesn't or something. So I think that maybe they'll try to enforce that in some way, but it just won't work. It's not going to work. So I think in the long term, no, not at all. It feels like while it's kind of like on the edge, I feel like they'll try to push it because that's what they do. But it feels like ultimately, no, it's not going to work. Will Mitch McConnell make a full recovery after tripping and getting a concussion? I could make a joke about Grim Reaper, but I won't. Oh, gosh. Okay. It's weird. I feel like he should be out already. I feel like he should have left a while ago. And it just shows you how you can like basically kind of go against, you have free will to the point you can go against your own, what you should be doing or what would be best. Because I feel like he should have been out already. And it would have been best for him too. I feel like he can't let go. He cannot let go. These people cannot let go of power. They just can't. And although he hates Trump, he just hates him. I just got that really strongly. I almost feel like he's sticking around to make sure he doesn't get in. I know in front of cameras, he said he would support him, but I do feel like he is really not wanting him. So maybe he wants to stop him from getting the nomination. But I feel like there's something keeping him in that has to do with Trump, that he doesn't want Trump. He hates Trump. He wants Trump gone. So maybe he wants to stick around to see the party kind of move away from Trump or to help that effort or something. Because I feel like his wife actually is saying, don't go back. There's some people saying don't. Even his doctors, I feel like, are kind of like, oh, you want to hang it up here? So I feel like he's kind of being advised to take it easy and that kind of thing. But I feel like he's pretty determined to come back. So I feel like he will make a full recovery, but I don't think his health is that great. I feel like he's being advised, like, you might want to take it easy. You might want to step back or sit down or whatever. Even kind of do what Nancy Pelosi did and kind of step back as the leader and kind of do something else. But of course, he probably won't. But I do feel like there's something about Trump that's keeping him going at this point. It's like, yeah, he wants him gone. He did destroy the party. And yeah, he did. And they're still letting him. They did too, though, right? He couldn't have done it without them. He couldn't have done it without their help, They rode the Trump train into a mountainside. Okay, how is Jimmy Carter doing? Will he go peacefully? is he in hospice? Does anybody know if he's in hospice? Because I feel like people are saying like last goodbyes and things. And I feel like he's like not always conscious all the time or something. Oh, he is in hospice. Okay. All right. Because it does feel like last goodbyes. It also feels like he's in and out, kind of like not necessarily in and out of his body, but I feel like he's conscious and then not conscious, and conscious and not conscious. I feel like he's very I feel like he's comfortable, and a lot of people around him. I feel like lots of people are coming and seeing him and saying goodbye and that kind of thing. So I feel like there's a lot of love and support around him. And I feel like he's kind of at the point where he's aware at some points and then not aware at other points. So I feel like he'll go peacefully. Yeah. I feel like he has lots of people waiting for him on the other side. A lot of people. So yeah. Tennessee again just passed a bill allowing county clerks to deny marriage based on same-sex, interfaith, and interracial. I mean, what year is this, right? Look at you, Clarence and Jay. Will it stand? Again, it kind of feels like eventually no, it won't. But in the meantime, it's going to make a lot of people miserable, you know? This stuff, you know, impacts people's lives. Like personally, it's so disgusting, you know? It's so sad. So it feels like ultimately no, but in the meantime, it's going to make some people, you know, it's going to be hard for people. And they're just doing it to be, they don't get the separation between church and state, do they? They just don't, they cannot quite get that concept. So ridiculous. I know, interfaith, isn't that weird? It's so weird, so weird. Do you get a sense that any of the train derailments are more than accidents? There have been attacks on power grids. Interesting. I'm getting that it's more to do with like cutting corners, like trying to do things on the cheap, kind of. And they're showing like little things like nuts and bolts and those kinds, like smaller, like parts of the tracks and stuff that you don't think about, but it's like I keep hearing like on the cheap. So it's something about they've cut corners, they've cut costs in a way that they thought wouldn't matter, and it has. but it's interesting because I do feel like, as I'm looking at that, I do feel like there's more things coming to do with our infrastructure, like from those kinds of like attacks, those kind of like shooting out the, the electrical system and that kind of stuff. I feel like there's some more things like that either will be thwarted, but I feel like they're being planned is what it feels like. So just FYI on that, it just came up. It feels like a specific group as well. Just seeing if I can get any more on that. Feels like Michigan, I want to say. Kind of feels like Michigan. Something with Pennsylvania. So just be aware, if you're in any state, just because they're doing stupid stuff like that, get your flashlights and have your go bag or whatever, your flashlights and your candles, and, make sure you have some water and make sure, those kind of things. But kind of weird that came up. So yeah. It does feel like, though, they are looking out for that kind of stuff. It does feel like they could be thwarted. So we might even hear about, they were going to do this, they were going to do that, because I feel like they are on top of it, actually. So yeah. And another thing to remember, that my guides highlighted March and September as being important months. Whenever I get that feeling of like, there's something here, it does feel like Trumpy, Putin-y, that kind of stuff, like something that is a good thing, is kind of like a good kind of, almost like a justice kind of thing. So I just wanted to remind you about that. But they were highlighting, and have been for a while, March and September. So just wanted to bring that up. Oops. Which state AG will indict Trump first, if any? Will it be March or April? Probably March, but it could be, I guess it could be April. Is this why the GOP are moving to block with new legislation? Which state? Which state AG? It's funny, as why I'm kind of taking a minute, because I would think it would be Fani Willis, but I keep getting Bragg. So that's what I'm getting. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting. I'll just won't second guess it. Because if it were, if I were going to guess, I would say Fani Willis, but I'm getting Bragg, which is kind of interesting, right? Yeah, I'm getting, yeah. Do you think Miriam Williamson would run for president again? So I think she would really like to. I'm kind of feeling like people are trying to say to wait, to not do it this time. So I feel like she's getting advice to wait, but I feel like she's kind of wanting to. So, and let me just say that. I just want to be real for a minute and tell you, let's just get real. So Miriam Williamson, I like her books, and I know she's a big follower of the Course in Miracles, and so a lot of the things that she says I absolutely agree with. We did a prayer of hers on the channel. However, on a national stage, representing the spiritual community, I'm kind of like, I feel like she's a little bit too, she acts as though everybody's read her books and everybody knows what she's talking about. And I feel like she kind of talks a little more next level, and a lot of people aren't there yet, or they don't get that. And I feel like she's talking just to her own audience, thinking everybody thinks that way or everybody gets that. So I think she's a little unrelatable in that way. I feel like she's a little bit not so down to earth in that way, or not enough down to earth. The other thing about her is that she doesn't have a sense of humor, and that bugs me. She takes herself very seriously. And I understand that, a lot of spiritual people, it's fine. I think it's great to take it seriously, whatever, but the way she handled this thing when they were talking, she said something about a crystal ball, and I don't have my crystal ball, kind of poking fun. And she could have done something hilarious with that, some kind of comeback that was hilarious. No, she didn't. She completely took it totally seriously. Was like, oh, I'm so offended. So I don't know. That's my feelings about Miriam Williamson. Again, I like her. I really like her, and I agree with her a lot of the time, but on a national thing, I'm just like, oh gosh, no, there should be someone better to represent the spiritual community, because she just is not, yeah. But yeah, so anyway, that's all. Some people are agreeing with me. Don't write me and say that you love Miriam Williamson, because I do like her. I just feel like, I don't know. It just kind of yeah, I'm glad you guys are agreeing with me, at least in part. Yeah. Linda G would be, that's the thing, is like somebody who had a sense of humor, who understood that not everybody gets this stuff, that some people think it's crazy, that kind of thing. If they would just acknowledge that is she acts like everybody knows exactly what she's talking about, and a lot of people just don't. Okay. Last question. Sorry. We're going to go a little over. Sorry, you guys. Follow-up question from the chat. Do you think we're going to be grandparents soon? You and I? No, I don't. I don't even have to no.
People were commenting. People were opining.
If they knew Cassie, and if they knew James, no. Well, first of all, they would never, I don't think they'd ever want the baby to be born in England. I think they'd want it to be born here. Even though it's more expensive here, I think they'd both want them to be born here. That's just my guess, because of who is here and who's there. But no, I don't at all. I think,
Right,
if it would happen, it would probably be more around the age that I was when I had Cassie, which was 30. I just know Cassie, and I know how ambitious she is, and I know that she's just getting her sea legs in her filmmaking, and so she just barely got out of school. So I feel like she has a lot of ambition and a lot of stuff she wants to do. So I just think it's not quite the time. But that's just my humble opinion. And I haven't gotten any feelings, anything like that. So, yeah. I'll just say no. All right, you guys. Fun Thursday Night Live, and we'll be back here in 2 weeks. I put some information for my online classes, mentoring sessions. I don't have any openings, but if you want to get on the wait list, I put all that information in the chat. Join John and I tomorrow on John of New at 5 p.m. on his channel for a chat about love and fear. You'll be part of it because it's live, so please do. I'd love to see you there and have a chat. It's always fun to talk to him. So yeah, hit the like button and just, and if you want to join the club too, we have the Intuit Club, and I'm trying to figure out a way to do the mini readings in a little better way so I can fit in more people. So I will do that just so everybody knows that. All right, everybody. So, yeah. Oh, and for the club, our movie this month is Field of Dreams, and our movie club meeting is next week. So if you want to join the club, hit any join button on any video. Okay. All right, everybody. It's time to say goodbye. Good night. Sleep tight and pleasant dreams to you. Does anyone know what that's from? If you do, you get a brownie point. Anita Pace, thank you. Shelly S, thank you. Okay. Elaine Arnaldi, thank you. Candy Mullen, thank you. Karen Conroy, thank you. UB Jr. Adam, thanks so much for all your help. Kelly Scarborough, Kelly Baum, Kylie Myers, Jean O. And John of New said goodnight, Adam. Sweetie darling Lulu said goodnight, Adam. Jean O. Teresa K. Tack. Sweetie darling Lulu. John of New. Good night, John. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Mimi Rose. Martha. Sterling Roses. Yay. Oh, thank you. Hilda Flores. Thanks so much. Carlene. Good night. Jamie. Oh, I wanted to thank the people that, where are the people that gave tonight? I don't know where they are. Adam, do you know the people that gave the super stickers or the super whatever? Because I saw them come in, but I was reading at the time. But thank you so much for the super stickers and the super chats and everything. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Sorry about that. Okay. Patricia Frenzino, Sharon Sipe, Craig Dixon, Carlene, Dan Artist Painter, Barb Moody. Thanks so much, guys. Patricia Frenzino, Sharon Sipe, Craig Dixon, Hilda Flores, Indivisible San Francisco, Roxanne M, Earth Mama, Janice Connett, Carol Chandler, VP Perez, AJ Lowe, Mountain Sunshine, Cynthia Pierce. Whoops. What the heck? Cynthia Pierce. Carol Gallagher. Thanks so much, Carol. Thank you, guys. Tony Stokes. Thank you. Betty Harper. Selenite Junkie. Shelly S. Candy Mullen. Karen Conroy. UBR Jr. Kelly Scarborough. Thanks, Kelly. Kelly Baum. Kylie Myers. Jean O. Mimi Rose. Martha. Sterling Roses. Okay, now I'm getting where I was before. Jamie Johnson. Susan Bain. Patty Olson. Andrea Beck. Connie B. Okay, whoops. Craig Dixon, Heather, Lalit, stop. Oh, hello, Lalit. Cheryl McLemore. Oh, thank you, Anita. That's right. It was Anita. That's right. Thank you, Anita. So sweet of you. Sherman Clark, Don Foster Langdon, Jess R. Thanks, Jess. Cosmic Toga Party. Tony Stokes, Sparky, and Tony, we got some of your questions in tonight. So if you didn't see them, go back and listen. Sparky, good night. Thanks for coming. Laura Sinclair. I'll do it with this finger. Gigi by the Sea. Thank you. Kate Ingram, Kat M, Cynthia Shepard, Noel Douglas. Thanks for coming, guys. Ms. B, thank you. I look forward to these evenings too. They're a lot of fun. Extreme Brands. Okay, Bonds. It was Lawrence Welk. You're right, Bonds. Good job. Funny. Sweetie Darling Lulu, Desert Dawn, Shelly S. Kim Sings, Pamela Doss, Susan Merson. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Wild Wisdom Journeys, Jamie Johnson, Elaine Arnoldi. I think I already said that one. Winged Victory, Teresa K. Tack. I said that. M. Taylor, Prince Charming's mom. Thank you so much. Barb P. Karen Conroy. Yes, it was Lawrence Welk. You got it. Betty Harper, Selenite Junkie, Janet Neal. Susan Bain, Shelley S, Janine M, Sparky, Marie Olga. Thanks so much. Peggy Rivera, Cheryl Nash McIsaac. Thanks so much. Carol Michael, Joni S. Auf Wiedersehen. Adios. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night. Dun, 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 dun. J Cat Lady, Sharon Sipe, Wild Wisdom Journeys, Peggy Rivera, or The Beauty and the Beast, Sparky. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. Oh, T. Jones, Jamie Johnson, Virgo and Sin, Susan Merson, Joni S., Carol Lamb, thank you. Pamela Doss, Pamela Humick, Dark Iris, M. Celtic Crown, thanks for coming. Susan Bame, Paula Hemek, Sharon Sipe, and thank you, Anita, again. Let's see. Pam Zabel, Deb Heck, Sharon Sipe, Sparky, Virgo and Sin. I think that's everybody. Or everybody that wanted a shout out. Or Sparky. Yes, 99 Luca. Be glad to get out of the bedroom. There he is. All right, guys. I guess I will let you guys go then. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow night. Oh, J Cat Lady. And T-Barb, good night. And I will see you guys soon. All right, everybody take care.